Hello everyone and welcome back again to this channel. So this is the full video of Nyesom Wike where he literally exposed himself while trying to expose other people. So according to Nyesom Wike, he said that if they don't want the state of emergency in Rivers State to be lifted, like they could have done one or two things to make sure that it continues. Nyesom Wike is saying this on national television. Wike thought that him and Tinubu is the only people that we have in Nigeria, and they believe that they can do whatever they want to do and go scot-free. Look at what happened in Rivers State within this period. Tinubu just turned Rivers State to APC, and we are all here watching. And look at what Wike is saying, assuming that they don't want the state of emergency to be lifted, like they could have done one or two things to make sure that it continues. Like, which kind of a country is Nigeria, honestly? And in this video, he really exposed a lot of things. He exposed Tambuwal as well as Atiku. According to him, he said that these people are betrayers. Like, he said a lot of things. So these politicians don't even need to trust anybody because they are all there for their selfish reasons. Like, even we Nigerians don't even need to trust these politicians. All of them are there for their own selfish reasons. Especially when these people that are now in this ADC, my people, there is wahala. As far as Wike and co are still in this game of politics in Nigeria, my people, rule of law and democracy are very, very far from Nigeria. Honestly, I want you guys to take a listen and hear everything that Nyesom Wike, said in this particular interview. And also, he came out to expose rumors of his health. He was saying that people who have been saying rubbish about his health, that he's going to sign a condolence for them. I'll allow you guys to watch this video, and please leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you guys really think about what Nyesom Wike has said. And also, if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do wait to hit the subscribe button, like and share this video. So guys, just watch this video and I'll be right back.
Let me, before we get into some other issues, because I know you were very concerned with some of what a few people have said on this program, which you thought were misrepresentation of fact, and we thought that you have the right of reply. First, you have expressed your views about the Rivers situation, and a lot of people think that you are one player that was determinant into whatever that is going on. Are you satisfied with your thing right now?
Well, Shehu, let me first of all thank you and thank our viewers who the opportunity to hear from us and also know exactly what is going on. All I want to appeal to you, now that you have given us this opportunity, that you should allow us to explain as you ask us to the understanding of Nigerians. Because at the end of the day, what is the paramount is that what do we take home? What do Nigerians understand about what is happening in Rivers and what is happening in Nigeria? I must commend Mr. President for lifting the emergency rule in Rivers. So many people have become senior advocates because of the emergency rule. So many people became constitutional experts because of this emergency rule. So many people have become policy analysts because of the so-called emergency rule. For me, and I believe the majority of Rivers people are happy with what Mr. President has done. And what did he do? What was the basis of declaring a state of emergency? The basis of declaring a state of emergency was that, one, you remember that the Supreme Court said there was no governance or there was no government in Rivers. Because as at that time, it was only one arm of government that was functioning, being the executive, as if it was functioning. The legislature was not in existence. Again, at the local government level, the Supreme Court set aside the purported election that was held, that it was not in consonance with the law. I remember before now, Supreme Court had already said, look, you cannot have a caretaker committee in the local government because by Section 7 of the Nigerian Constitution just amended guarantees the existence of local government. And therefore, if there is no local government, they cannot derive for the federation account. And Mr. President also said so many other things that culminated to the fact that, look, if we don't take these actions, then there will be a serious crisis. For me, I would want to appreciate and thank Mr. President for taking that book step. And again, remember, the governor also came out to say, look, but for Mr. President's intervention, it would have been a different thing, but it would have been a different ballgame.
Well, you were not happy that time.
As a politician, as a politician. Yes, but again, for the interest of the state. I mean, Mr. President is my boss. He looks at it. Forget about yes, you're working with me. Forget about yes, the governor may have infringed or may have violated certain provisions of the law that is impeachable, committed impeachable offense. We want peace. And the only way we can bring peace is illegal. Let us declare state of emergency and then see how things can stabilize. And of course, I've led the meetings of my humble self, the governor, the assembly, the National Assembly, and other key stakeholders, which we all met and agreed on how to move forward. And to the glory of God, as I speak to you, peace returned. As I speak to you, as I yesterday, I spoke with the governor.
Oh, he called you or you called him?
It doesn't matter who called, but what's important is that we spoke. We spoke yesterday, and he told me, and I told him I was leaving that night to come back, and he told me he was leaving this morning. So I can tell you, we believe by the grace of God, peace has come. And look at what the assembly did today to set the tone. You can see peace. You can see, look, we are prepared for the interest of the state. Let's move forward. The only thing I can only say, I was watching on television today. He said there are people who are natural crisis builders who think that they can only benefit when there's crisis. If, for us, for example, if we don't want this state of emergency to be lifted, we would have done one or two things to make sure that no, let this state of emergency continue.
To the extent of removing an elected governor. If you were the person, would you be happy? If you were suspended from office?
It's not a question of being happy.
Being a governor.
No, sir. The governor was removed before. You see, the problem is that let us not personalize it. Am I going to be happy? It's not about me.
Is that right? As a lawyer, if you look at it, is that right for an elected president suspending an elected governor?
You know what I've told people is that, like when I hear Atiku today, pontificating law, and I've told Atiku several. If they have to do with the issue of customs, I believe they are working customs, you know. On the issue of law, you don't know it. You were in the government when the Plateau governor was suspended. You were there when somebody was declared in you were in government. What did you do? You see, I don't like situation when people like to take advantage of, because you were there. Why not have come out to say, no, this is wrong. Mr. President, this is wrong. You didn't say so. Yeah, you were a VP, Vice President. You were party to the government. You didn't say anything. But that's not the point I'm making. People went to court to challenge it. I've always told you, the only body that has a right to say this is unconstitutional, this is illegal, is the court. So Nigerians must leave job assigned to people. If you're not an engineer, you're not an engineer. You see, if a house collapses, you become an engineer. You've not gone to check what had led for this house to collapse. It's not, this has collapsed because they are using this. You've not even checked. Who interprets the law? Who adjudicates? Is the court. Allow the court. The court has made pronouncement on this issue. People have gone to court to challenge the appointment of a sole administrator. What did the court come out to do? You see, this attitude will always do that because I don't believe in it. What I don't believe in it means it's the right thing. If I say the law here, so if I say the law here, so you have two parties. The election was rigged. No, the election was not rigged. I want this election square. You go to the public opinion. Oh, the election was rigged. Okay. Go to court, proof that the election was rigged. You don't have the materials to prove the election was rigged. For example, in River State, in 2023, they said OB1, I have no problem. The same person, I have no problem. Look at the evidence that was tendered in the court. Did they produce any one person from River State who led the evidence to say, look, we won? It's not that, oh, we won. You can say that, and we can continue with that style. Allow the court to do their work. You know, the problem again we have here, when once the court takes decision, I said, this is based on what you have presented. Something went wrong.
Why does it look like everything in the settlement on the resolution that we saw is in your favor?
In whose favor?
In your favor.
What are the resolutions?
You were going to tell us.
No. You know, he who asks must prove. You said every resolution taken was in my favor, which means you are aware of the resolution that were taken. Can we now know those resolutions that were taken and they are in my favor? You said
believe that all of this, and the governor is on the receiving end.
When you say every stakeholder, you see, by the grace of God, I have a father, and I believe there are things I expect of my father. If my father goes beyond that, I say, Dad, I don't know how I'm going to say you're my father. I thought at your level, this is what I thought you should do. So that when I hear, or when I know this what's going on, I say, yes. When you say stakeholders, who are the stakeholders? The stakeholders are going to collect money from the governor. I can say because stakeholders. Can anybody challenge me with facts? Can anybody challenge me?
The local government election went the way you wanted.
How did it go my own way?
The House of Assembly at your
nothing was done. I said, no. Say, please, this is what Nigeria should know. The governor wanted to come and see me. I said, no, you're the governor. I drove to the governor's house by 1 a.m.
Was that before the meeting in Abuja, in Lagos?
No, you're talking about local government election now.
Yes.
So that let us take it one by one. So if you take another one, I'm going to answer that. The Minister of FCT, the former governor of Rivers State, 1 a.m. drove to the governor's house. Father, yes, what do we do? He said, look, it's okay. We'll go by that. There's nothing that was done that the governor was not a party to it. You see, even before the election, the governor traveled, he told me, he will not be around. See, because my son had this engagement at the Zoom. See, people just sit somewhere, begin to talk all kinds of things. They don't even know, simply because, all they were expecting is, they've not settled. Unfortunately, we are settled. Unfortunately, that gas turbine is no longer there. Where people will be collecting money. It's no longer there.
So, Governor Obara is supposed to arrive today.
I thought it's protocol.
No, but he spoke to you today.
No, he spoke to me yesterday.
That he was going to arrive this morning.
But I'm not sure.
People are wondering why he has not resumed work today.
No, I said again, there's no law that said he must resume work today. That's some basic of law. I don't understand the way we operate. Okay? I was sworn in today, for example. Does not mean I'll go to office tomorrow. You don't know what my programs are. You don't know what the governor has scheduled to do. You don't know where he is.
Where is he?
I don't know. You don't even know where he is. You don't know. See, governance is not that you must be in your office governing. No, it's not true. Do you know where it's in Abuja? Do you know one or two things? Do you know where it's in Lagos? He doesn't need to tell you that. I'm not his CSO. I'm not his chief protocol officer. I'm not.
Governor Wike,
yes.
I'd like to know. It does look like you are dismissing the terms of settlement that is public knowledge and is in the
Tell me, no, if you tell me that, I will tell you, okay, you're right, you're not right. Something I don't know, you tell me. What are those terms of settlement?
I mentioned the issue of the local government.
That what happened?
And you have said that you both start,
what issue of local government?
That the outcome of the local government election were so much about those who are on Governor Wike's side.
No, it's not true.
And
no, it's not true. Anybody that is working with the governor, working with me, with all due respect, I have told you that was not decision that was taken. That the governor was not. You see, what they expected the governor to do, to come and begin to shout, gentlemen, you do. No.
Didn't you agree that Governor Fubara was going to run for one term?
Who agree?
I thought you agreed to that.
You're the one telling me here.
It's in the public domain.
But you're telling me for the first time.
So you didn't agree to it?
I don't know what you're talking about. All I've told you here is that, look, we agree that there should be democratic government, at least at the local government level. And that has been done. Having certified that, then we move to the next thing. You don't try to, make somebody to say, oh, you are doing it. I know what people are looking for. What could you?
Do you think that the 6 months Mr. Abbas spent in office should be reviewed and audited?
I don't want to take the role of people. The legislature has its own oversight function. The governor has his own function. If you ask me, as an individual, I like to move ahead.
You don't think that he needs to give account of the money spent?
The word giving account, you see, if you ask me that night to look at, he said the man should go there not to talk about how much it's spent. I don't know what I'm talking about. If there's a need assembly thing that they want to look into this, there's no problem. If there's the governor, since look, there are things I'm not clear. There's a duty. But I'm not going to sit here to say, look, I want the governor, go and probe this, assembly, go and probe this. I won't do that.
But why? I had a guest on this program, and he's a stakeholder in River State, who says you are confusing them in River State. That on one hand, you're controlling PDP. On another hand, through the back door, you're controlling ABC.
What's that?
Tony Cole. He said he wants to.
No, I want to know. There are several Toyeko.
Who ran against you?
They said, no. Is it the one that said they're Pastor Toyeko?
Pastor, yeah.
No. People are...
Oh, the one he ran against you. You forgot.
No. He couldn't have run against me.
No, as a governor.
No, he doesn't have what it takes.
Really?
No.
But it was on the ballot against you.
No, not me.
In 2019.
No. He was not a candidate.
There was a candidate of the APC.
There was no candidate of APC. Supreme Court, he has no candidate. They didn't participate in the election. They did not participate, couldn't run against me. See. I tried to. I saw the clips. There was one pastor Toyeko said, I'm confusing. What? He should continue to be confused. At my level of politics, we're not at the same time. Please. Toyeko cannot talk about politics of Rivers and Nigeria and say he's going to say that with me. He has no character.
Why did you say so?
Okay, let me tell you why you say so. When I come out to say this, people laugh. People are terrible. In 2022 to 2023, Similar Fumara ran under PDP. That was when Toyeko ran under APC. He didn't run against me. He doesn't have what it takes. He knows.
But he was a candidate of the APC.
He was not a candidate. Ask him now, was his name in the ballot? He was not. Will you run when your name is not in the ballot?
So you were the one putting fire in their house then?
Putting fire in my enemy's house?
Yes.
Am I to help my enemy to grow?
But does it help democracy?
What is democracy? That my enemy does not want to follow the law? And the law caught up with him? What's my business? But anyway, so that they don't want me to say what I'm supposed to say. That's how you know characters. Toyeko, I would have put him in jail.
Really?
Yes, as governor.
Oh
my God.
What offense?
Oh my God. These were the people who crippled the resources of the state with Amaechi. He was a conduit pipe.
He wasn't in power.
Sahara, no! Through Sahara. I'll come to that. So, I don't like to say things that I have no facts. I'll come to that. In 2022-2023, when similar defeated the same Toyeko, he went to tribunal and he just saw, from what I had, they said Toyeko is an Johnson. Fumara Johnson. He took him to tribunal. Fumara won. He took the court of appeal. Fumara won. Now when he now saw, or when he heard, that there was a division between me and Fumara, you know what he did? He sent my former party chairman, Ambassador Desmond Akawo, who today is a federal commissioner in revenue and fiscal mobilization. What did I say? Ambassador Desmond Akawo, to come and talk to me. Huh? Desmond came. He said, what are you talking about? Who? Toyeko. I will come and talk about from pan to fire again. Amaechi. I should support somebody Amaechi. No, it's only more. He said, no, that's okay. Call him. My swimming pool. They called him. They put him on speakerphone. He said, look, this thing, he wanted to support you now. What about this Amaechi factor? He said, no. Amaechi cannot control him. So I now told Desmond, look at characters. What kind of character is this? Is that the kind of people you put in power? Now because you want to be this, you have denied Amaechi now. Is that the kind of people, I'm talking about Toyeko. June 2 months ago, we had a lot of activities that took us 16 days. It was supposed to be 17 days, but Mr. President took 2 in one day, so that made it to 16 days. And since that time, we've been very busy. Since I took this appointment as minister, I have never had time to travel out to say, okay, go on holidays. Some of the permanent secretaries, mandate secretaries, they always come with lies. Want to travel. This one, my son is graduating, my daughter is married, this and that and that. Each time I travel, I go with files. I go with CFOs to make sure that the work is not being delayed. But this time around, I said, whatever it is, I must travel. I must. So if the whole place will crumble, let it crumble. Because one has to be alive before you satisfy other people. You know, this job we are doing, there are people waiting for you. The day you drop, they will announce another person the next day. So you must make sure while you are working, you also take time out and relax. So I said, let me travel. Before I know it, I was here that they said they were sick. I heard they said they have heart attack. God will continue to help them to have heart attack. It is my prayer I will sign their condolences. It is my prayer very soon I will write a letter, we are sorry, we loved him, but take heart, it's God that gives, it's God that has taken. You see, the level of this country where we are, we play politics with everything. How somebody can sit down, just all kinds of things. Where the person saw me, I don't know. The hospital he saw me, I do not know. And yet, we're all happy reading it in social media. This is a country where somebody who on social media will say Mr. President is a criminal. Nothing will happen. Nothing. You say all kinds of things you want to say, nothing will happen. No matter how you see people criticize Trump, have you ever seen any American citizen on the social media, on the public, say, look, our president is a criminal? Have you ever heard that? But yeah, anybody can wake up in the morning and abuse president, and we're happy. You are lucky you have a president that believes in the rule of law. You are lucky. Continue to be lucky. There are those you will meet and you will be lucky again. And I tell people, the SSS called me, but people said they would demonstrate that we are paying attention to roads, we are not paying attention to health. I could directly listen. Demonstration is allowed everywhere. Everywhere. Nobody would blackmail me. Nobody will stop me from doing what I think is right and do it at the right